Next up is the 142nd State Assembly District. Joining us now is Democratic incumbent Patrick Burke. Assemblymember Burke, you have been provided with 4 questions, and we'd like to ask you to begin by responding to the question about promoting employment opportunities for people with intellectual and developmental disabilities, and remind you to unmute before you start answering.
Thank you all for having me here. I appreciate your time. I know that these Zoom meetings aren't the best or most enjoyable, but hopefully at some point in the future we'll get back to our common way of life. Listen, it's pretty basic for me. Every person in our society needs to be treated with dignity. That doesn't happen by accident. It's done through good policy. And it's done, frankly, through providing the proper resources that are needed to do that. I keep hearing from people, certainly my political opposition, that we need to keep doing more with less. Me and my opponent haven't had the opportunity to debate, which I would love to do, but he keeps talking about cutting things. And that's not the way we're going to accomplish these goals. So, every person, including every person with a disability, should be treated with dignity, should have access to opportunities. And really that's my fight right now, is getting the resources necessary to do that and developing good policy. That's where it's at right now. We can't do anything without money, without help from the federal government, without New York State doing their part and finding new revenue streams, including taxing the ultra wealthy. And so that's the fight I'm in right now, and that's what I'll do to promote fair and equal employment.
Thank you. Our second and final question is presented by Joe Damiano, who is a self-advocate.
Hi, Mr. Burke, and thank you so much for being here today. What are your thoughts on people with disabilities being a part of our community, and what do you think can be done to reduce the barriers to full participation?
Well, some part of it is societal, so we need to remove stigmas and understand that people with disabilities, are our neighbors, our brothers and sisters. I understand this from a personal standpoint, but I think it really is breaking down those barriers. Just in the last 2 years, but certainly in my 7 years in public service, I've had a lot of opportunities to engage and talk to people, people with disabilities. And for me, it was always about reframing it. So as a county legislator, there was the Office of the Disabled in Erie County, and I wrote a resolution to just change the name. So it was Office of People with Disabilities. There's a major difference, and it's often societal, but we have to make those small changes as well to be more inclusive. And I think it requires people, not just people in power, but everyone just being a little bit more thoughtful and inclusive. And frankly, for me, it is so much a part of society, and leadership does have a major role in that. And we're seeing it, from the top down. When the President of the United States can openly mock people with disabilities and get elected doing it, it's a troubling thing. So I'm using my voice and my position to counter that negative narrative and make sure that everyone in our society is included and given respect and dignity.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time. We know you're busy. We appreciate your participation and wish you all the best.
All right. Thank you all. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you.